Well, hi everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Tuesday morning as we look ahead to the day. We're just about done with the deep freeze, but it is still cold this morning until noon today. Most of us are under a cold weather advisory. If you're not under that, northern areas an extreme cold morning. Basically, this goes until noon Central Time, 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And then we'll finally be out of this deep freeze, and I'm hoping we don't have to use these maps for a while. I'm already sick of them. These are brand new advisories and warnings that are being used for the first time this winter, and I'm already sick of using them. So hopefully we can move away from that cold weather sooner than later here. But starting off with some sun, we do see some clouds that are already starting to move in up here to the northwest. We'll see a bit of an increase in clouds from the northwest as the day goes on. Brisk winds out of the south-southwest here. Those winds are going to be pretty strong, helping to warm things up though today. Increased clouds later today and into tonight, and we'll see a surface trough actually switch our winds back to out of the northwest tomorrow. The good news is, though, not a lot of chilly air with this wind coming in here, but it is going to get windy tomorrow. Combine that with a little bit of light snow and flurries, and there could be a bit of a minor drop in the visibility out there. We're talking about wind gusts 35 to 45 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon, so winds whipping any kind of little bit of snow around could bring that visibility down. I'm not expecting much for accumulation, but again, these little bursts of snow here and there could be a bit of an issue. Some of this light snow could continue into tomorrow night and even into Thursday morning. We may still see a little snow around. It is going to get a little bit colder on Thursday. It's probably the coldest day the rest of this week, although not nearly as cold as what we've been dealing with recently. So highs today. Looking at temperatures, not even to 20 out east, or maybe to 20 in Omaha, but not even to 20 around Nebraska City and Falls City. Otherwise, mostly 20s in eastern Nebraska, and then 30s for most of us, except for maybe a couple of low 40s here to the southwest. Overnight lows tonight, not nearly as cold. Again, we are done with these sub-zero junky cold temperatures. I'm tired of them. We're looking at lows tonight, mid to upper teens, low to mid 20s. Highs tomorrow back into the 30s for most of us, maybe a couple of spots near 40 down in northern Kansas, southwest Nebraska. Tomorrow night a little colder, some colder air is going to start to move back in here tomorrow night into Thursday. So lows back down into the teens. Again, the bitterly cold air though missing us this time, staying off to our northeast. And then looking ahead to Thursday, high temperatures in the 20s and lower 30s. So a little colder on Thursday with more clouds around. But the good news is we warm right back up Friday. One of the best days this week. We're talking about highs mid to upper 30s, low to mid 40s, maybe even upper 40s here to the southwest. So we do warm up a little bit on Friday. We'll come back down over the weekend. Next week, though, we could see more of that Friday kind of weather again. So again, some minimal chances of snow here. I'm going to bump this up to a 30% chance for tomorrow for the Tri-Cities. We'll go 30% chance there, 20% chance on Thursday. Colder Thursday, warming up on Friday, cooling back down over the weekend, and then our next upswing begins Monday. We'll feel it a lot more, I think, next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, back up into the 40s. Looking a lot better out there for a few days next week. No major winter weather systems on the way anytime soon. Looking at North Platte's forecast, already could be close to 40 later today. Very windy tomorrow, 45 mile per hour wind gusts possible, so any snow that does fly, even if it's not much, but even if it does fly, it would blow around a bit here. Cooling down on Thursday, warming back up on Friday, cooling down again over the weekend, and then that next upswing begins Monday, and we should see milder temperatures return for the middle of next week, back up into the mid to upper 40s. And in fact, the Climate Prediction Center is gearing us up towards an above average stretch of weather starting next Tuesday, continuing through Monday, February 3rd. And as for precipitation, we're likely to be below average. I don't see much in our future here. As we take a look at the European forecast model, there isn't a lot. Again, the very light snow tomorrow night, and Thursday. A little bit of snow over the weekend, maybe Friday night into Saturday out west, but I don't see much for most of our area. And then next week, we're really not seeing much here either. It looks like everything stays to our south. And yesterday, I showed you the GFS model, which did have a big winter weather system over our area. It has backed off, which is why I didn't really buy into it much for next week here. So again, there's the minimal snow the next couple of days, tomorrow and Thursday. Out west on Saturday, western Nebraska, Friday night into Saturday. And then the next week, again, not much here. We'll actually see a milder weather pattern, and looks like any moisture looks like it's going to miss us next week here. So we are going to actually see some nice recovering temperatures. There is the frigid weather about ready to move to the east here, pushing to our east. We'll warm up a little bit today, tomorrow, but then cooling down on Thursday. There's that little shot of cooler air Friday warming right back up. Another shot of cooler air over the weekend. And then this next week here as we get that milder stretch of weather to move in here. And then GFS is going to be probably somewhat similar here. Let's take a look at the GFS. Shot of colder air on Thursday, warming up Friday, chillier again over the weekend. My model's way behind here, so I apologize for this here. Let's try this again. Cooling down over the weekend. It wants to keep the colder air around on Monday here. That is something I'm not so sure about yet. But then warming us up after that here. Although I hate to see that right there. The end of next week, I hate to see that right there because that could spell another cold shot of air as we head towards the first weekend of February. We'll see. Not going to buy into it yet because you saw it here. The European model was not doing that at all. So there's a big difference in the long range between the GFS and the European. European tends to be correct more often than the GFS in the long range. So let's hope for the European to be right on this one. One more map I want to show you. I'm going to go off camera here before I wrap things up, and that is our national alerts map. And I'll even take off the color of the bars here just so you can see. Those are winter storm warnings on the Gulf Coast and a blizzard warning in southeast Texas and southern Louisiana. How often do you see a blizzard warning on the Gulf of the Gulf of America? I guess I'll say that here, but you can see it there, the Gulf of Mexico. How often do you see that? And I think on the southern tip of Texas, I think that's an extreme cold warning there, which it doesn't have to be as cold there as it would for us to issue one of those because they're not used to that. There is also a threat of an ice storm weather in parts of Florida and southern Georgia and southeast Alabama where that winter storm warning is in place here. In fact, I think that might be what the purple is in just north of Tampa. So there is, you think it's crazy here. They don't experience that kind of weather there very often. So to get heavy snow and blizzard conditions and some ice on the Gulf Coast region, that is crazy. Well, we won't be dealing with any major winter weather over the coming days ahead as we wrap things up here. Just a little bit of light snow. But watch that wind tomorrow. That wind could be a big issue blowing some of that snow around, even though it won't be a major concern with little to no accumulation expected. All right, well, that is all I have for you for today. Thank you for watching. I'll be back with you on Wednesday morning with all the latest. Take care, and God bless. Bye.